My name is Sanaya.
My name is Agastya.
And today I will tell you guys a story from the Serpents Revenge, Unusual Tales from the Mahabharata, written by Sudha Murty.
But what is the name of this story?
The story's name is The Enchanted Vessel. Now the story will begin, so make sure you listen close.
Okay.
After another game of dice with the Kauravas, Yudhishthira lost his kingdom. He was forced to go into exile with his 4 brothers and Draupadi.
Is this the same game that Pandavas and Kauravas played together?
Yes.
And Shakuni Mama did cheating and won everything from Pandavas.
Yes, you are right again. While the Pandavas were in exile, numerous people visited them, from sages to kings to ordinary folk, all of whom were stunned and horrified at their plight.
Plight means unfortunate situation, right?
Yes. When Draupadi was the queen of Indraprastha, she would enjoy entertaining guests and was known for her generosity. But of course, she couldn't entertain the same way while in the forest. So Yudhishthira prayed to Surya, the sun god, who gave them a special vessel, saying, "This vessel is known as the Akshaya Patra. It will produce as much food as you need. But there is a condition. Once it is washed after the lady of the house has had her meal, it cannot produce anything more until the next day." Draupadi was only too glad to accept the Akshaya Patra and the condition. She was now able to provide delicious food to all their guests, and in great quantities. And she washed the vessel only after she had finished her cooking for the day and had eaten herself. Soon, the news of the exiled Pandavas' generous hospitality reached Hastinapur. Duryodhan wondered, how do the Pandavas manage to feed all their guests such scrumptious meals every day when they are so poor? Then he heard about the Akshaya Patra and was overcome by jealousy. His uncle Shakuni devised a wily plan when the famous short-tempered sage Durvas came to visit them in Hastinapur. Duryodhan welcomed the sage with great pomp and show and treated him and his troop to a fantastic meal. Sage Durvas said, "Duryodhan, I am very pleased with your hospitality. So ask me whatever your heart seeks. I have the power to give you anything you desire." Duryodhan replied politely, "O sage, I am incredibly fortunate to have you visit my palace. But I only have one desire. I wish for my cousins, the Pandavas, to also have a chance to welcome you as a guest. May I request you to go to the forest and experience their hospitality and bless them too? Since they don't have any cooks, they will probably be more comfortable if you arrive a little late for the midday meal, so they have more time to make all the arrangements." Shakuni and Duryodhan knew that the Pandavas would not be able to feed Durvasa's huge troop. They were certain that the news of the Pandavas feeding everyone who came to them was exaggerated. If the sage approached them after Draupadi had eaten, she wouldn't be able to provide more food. This would offend Sage Durvas, who would definitely curse them. The uncle-nephew duo was proud of their strategy.
They are so evil.
I know, right? Sage Durvas, however, was oblivious to this devious plan. He smiled and agreed and then left for the forest with his students. The troop reached the Pandavas' home late in the afternoon as Duryodhan had advised. The sage entered their home and said, "Your cousin is very kind. He has sent me here to bless you." When the Pandavas saw the number of people accompanying the sage, they were alarmed. "I will take my students to the river for a bath first and then come back for the meal," said Durvas, and went away with his troop. As soon as the sage had left, Yudhishthira went into the kitchen, hoping that Draupadi hadn't washed the vessel, but to his horror, he had found that she'd already washed it and had even finished her meal. He said, "Draupadi, Sage Durvas has come to our home for lunch with a big group of followers. He has gone to take a bath, but he will be back soon. What should we do now? If we don't feed him, he will curse us. Besides, it is our duty to feed whoever comes to our home." Draupadi looked at him helplessly.
Poor Pandavas, what will they do now?
"We'll see." Bhim roared, "This must be Duryodhan's underhand plot. Otherwise, why would the sage come here at such a late hour for a meal?" Everybody gathered around, lost in thought. There was no solution in sight. Draupadi then recalled how Krishna had always helped her out in difficult situations. So she folded her hands and meditated. "Oh Lord Krishna, my dearest brother, please help me now. I need you." Suddenly, the Pandavas heard the sound of horses outside. Lord Krishna had already arrived at their doorstep.
Yay!
Draupadi smiled. "You are here, dear brother? I was just praying to you now." Krishna smiled back. "I was passing by when I heard your call. I am always here for you. Whenever anyone surrenders to me and calls me, I am there. Tell me now, dear sister, what is the problem?" Draupadi explained the situation to him. Krishna's smile grew deeper. "I will take care of this. But first, feed me. I have traveled such a long distance and I am hungry." "Oh Krishna, you know how the Akshaya Patra works," said Draupadi in despair. "I can't imagine coming to my sister's home and going hungry. Bring me the vessel." Draupadi did as she was told and brought him the empty vessel. Except it wasn't really empty. There, at the bottom of the vessel, was a single grain of cooked rice. "Oh Draupadi, you are so naive," exclaimed Krishna. "Can't you see that grain of rice? That is enough to satisfy my hunger." Krishna ate the grain of rice and immediately burped, as if he had had a full meal. "Now don't worry about Sage Durvas or his students," he said and left. Meanwhile, Durvas and his students had finished their bath. As soon as they got out of the river, they all started burping. One of the disciples said, "Guruji, all our stomachs are full and we can't think of eating any more right now. I know that the Pandavas are generous. They may get offended if we visit them and leave their home without eating anything. So I suggest we don't go back there." "I am also of the same opinion," admitted Sage Durvas. "I will bless them from here and we can go on our way." Thus, Durvas and his group never returned to the Pandavas' home, and Duryodhan's plan failed miserably.
Yay! The Pandavas are saved!
Yeah! Do you know, Agastya, the day the Pandavas received the Akshaya Patra from the sun god is still celebrated in our country as Akshaya Tritiya. which comes every year during the spring harvest in April or May. It is an extremely auspicious day, and people believe that whatever they buy that day will grow in value. Most people prefer to purchase gold on this day.
Oh, now I know why we celebrate Akshaya Patra.
Yeah, me too. So guys, did you enjoy the story? Do tell us.
And for more wonderful stories like this, we'll see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye.